Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Dear friends, I am pained to discuss the plights of the minorities across the globe and the rising incidence of human rights violations in the third world countries particularly. We all have been watching the news, reading the news articles and on the social media platforms that thousands of people in Myanmar which belong to a Rohingya Muslim community have been massacred by the state-sponsored army. These blatant and flagrant violations of human rights are still to be curbed by the international community. I would like to add here that the Rohingya Muslims have been staying in Myanmar, that is erstwhile Burma, for ages and have been contributing to the economy of that particular country. But only because of their ethnicity, they are being eliminated and painting them to be the antisocial elements. As per the data available in 2016 and 17, more than 1 million Rohingya Muslims was putting up in Myanmar who belong to a stateless Indo-Aryan community who have been living in these particular countries. The violence, the state-sponsored violence that has erupted in the past few months against this particular minority have led to exodus of these people to some other countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and few people have come to India also. More than 10 lakh people are putting up in Bangladesh, and similar figure maybe higher number may be staying in Sri Lanka, and some thousand or handful of people have shifted to India. But the response of the Indian government is probably not acceptable as per the international covenants of human rights. The persons who are facing the risk of death are now being painted as antisocial elements. Undoubtedly there might be some antisocial elements in any community, but painting a particular ethnicity to be related to the group of antisocial elements is not fair. In fact, the international community is still to act despite the fact that there are n number of international conventions to curb the torture and the human rights violations, which may be named as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948, Geneva Conventions 1949, International Conventions on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination, and International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights of the People. These are the international conventions, and many of the countries have ratified these conventions, but still the minorities are facing extinction. Particularly the Rohingya Muslims who are staying in Myanmar, they are being massacred, they are being killed, they are being eliminated, and they are facing extinction at this point in time. And this is the time for the international community to live up and to stand up and to stand by to those people who are suffering the worst form of human rights violations. If the international community does not rise to this occasion, then the faith of the people, the faith of the minorities in the entire international community would be lost. I therefore appeal to the international community and the United Nations to intervene immediately so that the killings of particular ethnicity is stopped and the Myanmar government is punished for their the actions against the minorities. In India particularly, the India is also does not have a very good track record against the minorities, despite the fact that they have ratified many of the international human rights conventions. Few of the people and thousands or maybe handful of people that might have shifted from Myanmar to India, the government of India is bent upon to removing them and putting them to the well of death. I thank to the Supreme Court of India who has today given a verdict that the people, the Rohingya people, the Rohingya Muslims who have shifted their base to India, they should not be immediately removed, and they should not be put to that condition that they are also murdered or killed by the Myanmar government. The stand taken by the government of India before the Supreme Court that they basically are the threat to the nation or threat to the peace of the country. This might be one of the reasons that few of the people may be involved in some antisocial elements, but painting a particular community to be the terrorist or antisocial is not acceptable, and that should not happen. Our constitution and the founders of our constitution gives us the liberty and tells us to respect the human rights of the people. These people are facing the toughest challenge of their lives, and they may be killed if they are removed from the country. And I thank to the Supreme Court of India and the social right activists who have taken some stand, and they have taken initiative to save these precious lives of Rohingya Muslims. I would request and appeal to the government of India also to respect the human rights of the Rohingya Muslim community as well. They should not, they should not be treated like that they belong to a particular community and they are removed only because of their having been a different faith. Therefore, I again appeal to the government of India that the Rohingya Muslims and their human rights should be respected, and the government should not treat these minorities, particularly the Rohingya Muslims or the Muslim community or some other minorities who are also contributing equally in the nation building activities. With these words, I would again request all the social right activists and the international community and the government of India to give some relief and treat these people of Rohingya community with compassion, and they should respect the human rights of these people as well. Thank you very much.